Blog Talk Radio.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the War Room. We got Dez, Chill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block Commander. How you want it in a 1 or 2 hour show to keep the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level. Roll with the topic, sorta like the rebels. When it's game time, they like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4 for 26 or the war in Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys diversified and educated.
What's goody, War Room family? You are once again live in the War Room, brought to our War Room Sports on the War Room Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, Devin McMillan. I'm in the building with my brothers. We got B. Austin. We got Fred Purdue, Cover 2 and Quick Slants fan in the building as well. My homie Jimmy the Blueprint will join us in just a few minutes. We're days away from Super Bowl 52, so we'd like to talk about that and some other big stories in the world of sports. So make sure you settle in, keep it locked right here. And if you want to get in the conversation, you know what to do. But if you don't, make sure you join us right now in the JW Philly Realty chat room, blogtalkradio.com/the War Room, or join us on Facebook, Twitter, the War Room Sports Game Time app, Group Me, and you can also call us directly in a few minutes when we open up the Digital Extreme Tech hotline. That number is 323-410-0012. Real quick before we get started, during the week when we're not on the air, make sure you check out our episodes of the show at our website, warroomsports.com, the War Room Sports mobile app, iTunes, and Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast fix. And like we've been telling you for the past month, the War Room Sports Podcast Network and your favorite podcast from the network will be back in due time. So just bear with us on that. What up, bros? Y'all ready for the Tom Brady Invitational on Sunday?
Tuck rule in effect. Tuck rule in effect. Deflated.
I know you ready, Fred, for your team's annual get together with whoever's lucky enough to get there with.
I definitely am. I'm ready for this dynasty to be rebuilt again, showing everybody how it's done.
You said you're ready for us to put a nail in this dynasty.
No.
All good things got to come
first.
I
think you heard six.
I heard nail, coffin, so stuff like that.
6 nails.
Words like that.
6 nails in the
six nails
in the coffin. 2 at the top. 2 at the top, and 2 in the middle, and 2 in the bottom.
Boom.
We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'll leave that alone.
Oh, you got the bird jokes. I feel you. All right, so we're not going to get right into Super Bowl 52 talk. We're going to talk some hot topics real quick so we can, get the official particulars out the way before we get into that Super Bowl talk. Hot topics, of course, put up to the Blueprint, who's in the building with us.
Yes, sir.
What up? Hot topics are brought to you by the Blueprint Book, Sports the Book. Tired of reading same old sports books with the same lists, rankings, imaginary starting lineups, GOAT discussions, which one of our superstars is going to join up with the other superstars, and we all love it. All that kind of stuff. Well, just be sure to pick up your copy of Sports. Smart people only read the sports. It's a mixture of sports and hip-hop culture, and you will love every second you're reading it. So just go to sportsthebook.com or get your copy from our website at warroomsports.com. Or wherever you decide to cop your book, just make sure you don't miss this movement. Fellas, football lovers, this is something Jimmy can get since not banging with the slip owners over at the NFL anymore. The XFL is back. I don't know, Jim, this might be even worse though. The XFL is coming back. I'm not even sure if we spoke about this last week, but they just did the 30 for 30 about the XFL not too long ago. I don't think the rumors had started then, but a few months back there were some rumors that it could possibly come back, and then Jim McMahon actually made the announcement not too long ago. Do you guys think the XFL could actually work this time?
Yo, I'm off that before it starts. That's like the alt-right league. I'm more excited that they just put Goodfellas on Netflix. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm excited about in terms of the XFL, man. Like, yo, it didn't work the first time. I think there's room for another league, but not the alt-right league.
Do you think this league is getting a breath of fresh air?
On the team.
No, because you got to look at everything and how everything connects. Do y'all think that the reemergence of the XFL kind of all of a sudden has anything to do with the fact that President Donald Trump beefs constantly with the NFL? Think about it. Jim McMahon's wife is a part of his cabinet. You know, first thing Jim McMahon said is our league isn't going to be political, so they won't be allowing anybody to protest during the games, during the anthem, or anything like that. I think what Jimmy's saying is right, man. This might be the alt-right.
Yo, this
Anybody
absolutely has everything to do with Trump being in office and having the support, the XFL, Jim McMahon having the support of the Commander-in-Chief Orange. So, this is hilarious to me. Like, this is life. This is our life. We live in this world. This is real.
I'm seriously wondering, though, if Trump wasn't president, would this be even a possibility? Would this be happening?
No,
not at all.
In the XFL game? I mean, because you're a big college football guy. Some of the guys who can't make it to the big leagues are going to be playing in this league. We're going to have 8 teams, 40-man rosters, 10-game season, 14 semifinals, and a championship game. Will you be tuned in, Fred, looking for some of your prospects who might be able to make it to the NFL from here?
I wouldn't tune in.
You already root for Trump. You already root for Trump, Kraft, and Brady.
I mean, you've
I do.
Right team.
But
This league is right up your alley. You get a whole league of what you already love.
I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't, because first off, I have a problem with the idea of Vince McMahon running anything. It is the alt-right league, because you already have the idea of no, you can't speak out.
But Tom Brady is the alt-right quarterback.
Hey.
I was about to say, Fred, you were
there's an exception here for now. There is an exception here, okay?
There's no exception. You root for the MAGA boys.
Oh.
Fred, you a fan of this first time around? Or
no, I wasn't. I'm all the only player I remember. The only player I actually remember at that time was Rod Smart, because he's from my hometown, but really he hate me, but quite honestly, I didn't player
anybody remembers, Joe.
He hate me.
Shout out to Rod Smart, and he hate me, because I think he hate me. Remember Dev McMillan too.
My question is, we have 40 rosters, and we're talking about concussions on 53-man rosters with an 8-man practice squad. That's my question. We're already talking about concussions in the NFL and injuries in the NFL, player treatment in the NFL. Rosters are smaller, teams are smaller, and no one's coming to games, because if you're a real player with a real conscience, how could you even want to play in this league?
If you're a real black fan with a real conscience, how can you root for the Patriots, though?
Talk to him, be honest. Talk to him.
Come on, man.
I think you need to get off that. They ain't gonna let you live on that one.
Yeah, they're not gonna let me live on that one.
Rooting for the MAGA boys. Not gonna happen.
Listen. All right. One question. Wait, Dad. Before we let him off the hook and we move on. So Fred, if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, you know Tom Brady going to party at the White House, right?
We already see. We know this is gonna happen, but it won't happen publicly. We won't know about it publicly. You know this. This is why
we know about him and Ben. We know about him and Ben Roethlisberger raping chicks publicly. Why wouldn't we know about the party going on? Come on,
this is why Tom Brady put the whole MAGA hat in the closet until we actually saw it, and he had to, diffuse the situation.
Yeah. Tell him to be real with it, though. He ain't got a front. If that's what you into, then that's what you're into. He ain't got to be with that. All right. Anyway, I don't know. Like, 'cause it's definitely. I don't believe, because it's speculation. I don't like where I think most of this new league are going to be. So that makes me be about even curiosity to tune into one game just to see what they're doing next. Because the XFL to me was trash, but they had some stuff that the NFL actually took once they looked, like the overhead camera and some of the stuff that people thought was ridiculous at the time. The NFL actually took some of that and ran and still use it to this day. But for all you boxing fans out there, Canelo Triple G Part 2 on May 5th. Who's interested in this fight? I was big onto the first fight, and I think it did not disappoint. And somebody sound like broadcasting from outside would win one. Y'all interested in Canelo Triple G2?
Somebody sound there 100 miles and running from the police. I'm looking forward to this.
Somebody running from Robert Kraft's friends.
I'm looking forward to this pugilistic exercise. I think the refs got it wrong, but I thought it was an amazing fight nonetheless. And thank you for whoever just went inside. I appreciate that kindly. But I'm definitely looking forward to this. I hope that somebody gets knocked out. I don't want this to go to the cards again, yo. And I'm not wishing bad health on anyone. Somebody got to get their leg split.
I mean, you don't have to bad health. They do this for a living with the risk.
Yo, speaking of Jimmy's point, I think I'm at the yo, Fred, close the door. Damn, Fred.
I'm not the problem here. I mean, the only problem I have for you is, an L that you're going to get on Sunday. But,
Whoa.
Hey.
Bro, Fred sound like he's in the middle of slavery right now.
Yo, Fred is in the big house, and he don't want to come out. He said, Matthew, we going to win this Super Bowl.
Yo, the MAGA boys. Yo, Fred, how could you root for them, Fred? Like, race before everything, man. Marcus Messiah Garvey said race before everything.
Fred, that is you, though, because I just muted you.
Who that is?
That's Fred. It's that Metro PTS.
Fred, I muted you for a second.
Oh, it's Fred.
Let me see.
Fred, yeah, it's you, Fred. I am at the age and stage where I can sit here and we can talk the sweet science and the technicalities of boxing, because it is a sport that I love and enjoy. Yo, but it's nothing like two human beings that get in the ring and don't believe in defense, that just want to pound each other's faces into oblivion, and I'm with that. I'm with no defense.
In the War Room Sports Meantime Crew, they're going to crown a winner this go around. See, but that's the thing. If they crowned a winner, then maybe we wouldn't have the gift of a second fight. But I'm like Jimmy. Like, if you want a winner, then somebody needs to go and get their block knocked off so we can, so there's no controversy whatsoever. Both of these guys have the power to do that. But if that does happen, and I am rooting for it to happen, like Jimmy, I hope it happens in like the later rounds, though, because when two dudes like this get together, it's usually an exciting fight. So I want to see somebody get knocked off the first or second round, then because I would actually pay for it if I had to. So I don't want to waste money, but it's good. I'm looking forward to it, definitely. Let's talk about some stuff going on in the National Basketball Association, because everybody in the league right now. The biggest news of the week, and Fred, we got you back. The biggest news of the week in the association was Blake Griffin being traded to the Detroit Pistons. Now, the ironic about this is is because, as you all know, if you follow the NBA, Blake Griffin just signed a $171 million 5-year contract to stay with the Clippers. He didn't get a no trade clause in his contract. And they asked him about it, if he regretted not having one. He was talking about how, Melo was going through all of that stuff with the no trade. And I want to play for an organization that wants me to play here. So, this is where I want to be. Speaking of the Pistons for now, and this is the place that wants me. We talk about loyalty or the lack thereof in sports quite often. Like, did y'all think this was a real dirty move by the Clippers in trading Griffin?
No, I'm through being in this business as a part of the sports media, my feelings have really shifted completely, and I think all of ours have. I don't even look at right or wrong or good or bad or loyal or disloyal. It's a business. What shocked me about this is the fact that they signed this huge deal with him and then they trade him mid-season. Something really, really crazy happened in order for this to go down, because there weren't a lot of suitors to take a Blake Griffin contract at $171 million. So my whole thing is, how did we get here, Clippers, and how did you get lucky enough to find an idiot to do this trade with you? Because who's taking this deal from a dude that's only going to play 75%?
I wouldn't call Detroit idiots.
And they needed a star too.
Yeah, he's only going to play 60.
They
I get that.
needed star power. So it's about business too. Like they still have to sell tickets.
He's
going to
be injured.
Arena. I mean, listen,
He's
they had a
be
brand new
injured.
arena that was half empty every night. Blake is going to sell tickets. He's already selling tickets.
No, I get that. I don't even disagree with him being a draw.
In a General Motors town.
Yo, I get it. He's a draw, but dude only plays 60% of the season, and it's only going to get worse based on the way he plays. His knees are getting older, so it's like
honestly,
if
he doesn't even play like
injury
that no
prone,
more. He don't even play like that no more though. He's cut a lot of that out. Like, he don't try to kill you every time down like he used to.
He's tried to
but
polish
to me,
the game up a little bit. He's a dribbler now.
To get to your question though, Dev, in terms of like the whole loyalty aspect, to me, I mean, I don't complain when players take the business into their own hands. Like, I know a lot of times I'm in the minority about that, but the reason I don't is because of situations like this. I just find this to be completely hilarious, considering they had a full orchestra come in and sing to this guy and had a whole jersey retirement. They had a whole jersey retirement talking about how he was going to retire a Clipper, and they like raised his jersey into the Raptors. Like, they did all this to get him to stay, and just a couple months later, it's like, yo, all right, funds on hold. And it's, to me, it's all about the fault.
First of all, shame on him for believing an organization like the Clippers. Like, the Clippers have gone to the playoffs the last few years, and we forget that they are actually the Clippers. They're, like, historically like the worst franchise. Basically,
they are.
They're the Cleveland Browns of basketball. So shame on him for believing them in the first place. And, about you being in a minority, it's kind of a different kind of minority, Jim, because, when we talk about that, it don't have anything to do with business. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like the fact that players can basically take their business into their own hands. When we talk about that, we just talk about heart and punk asses and all kinds of stuff like that.
No, I understand. You're talking about from a competitive standpoint because you want to see competitive basketball.
Right,
but for me, like, this and also this is interesting because it's kind of his greed coming back to bite him too, because he could have got a no trade clause.
He believed them for that money.
Yeah, if he could have got no trade clause for a little bit less money, but he wanted to max out completely and not get a no trade clause.
Well, what has he done?
You know what I mean? Like,
good, though.
that's
because
I'm
so
on
Melo,
you, man. What has Blake Griffin done to
real quick. On the
deserve?
other hand, like Melo like took a little bit less money but had the no trade clause, and he laughed as they tried to trade him everywhere because they know that they couldn't do it without his signature. So it's also about like protecting yourself in terms of handling your business. Now, the reason he probably didn't do it is because he's like, yo, they brought out an orchestra, and they
Right.
put my jersey in the rafters, said that I was going to retire here. So what do I need to get this no trade clause from? I'm a franchise player, and
then we got to think about this. Like, we're talking as if we're assuming that I'm pretty sure he's a little bit salty. I'm pretty sure he's settled in that area. But, the players these days, you don't have to move. Everybody lives in L.A. in the offseason. So, might not be mad. I mean, because B was talking about what silly team
no
would
shots
do
at
this.
Detroit, but, nobody wants to be in Detroit, though.
No, not really. But, speaking of team-wise, I think, because remember B asked, like, silly team this on, I think Detroit said it this way. We bring in another star to play next to Drummond. The East is a little bit vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
The Cavs are stumbling. A lot of infighting. They don't play any defense. I don't know if everybody totally believes in Boston yet. And then after those two, it could be anybody's game. If one of those two or if both of them just happen to slip up somehow, it could be anybody from 3 to 8.
I thought about that. And then I also thought about salute to Detroit for getting 2 great front court players when the league has shifted it and no longer is about the front court player. Whole league is about the wing player and guards. And you went and got 2 front court players.
They saw what Boogie and AD was doing. I mean, they saw what they were doing on a lesser level.
Yeah, they put up
even
numbers,
they didn't win.
They don't threaten nobody. Even with the numbers that Boogie and them put up, ain't nobody threatened by them.
They saw the youngin in Philly, the process, young legend. They saw Boogie and the unibrow, and they know that Drummond can't sell no tickets. As great as he is, he don't sell no. Don't nobody want to see Andre Drummond ball, so they had to bring Blake in. I get it, and I think that Detroit is a mid 6 or 7 seed type of team. I get the move.
Actually, they just could move them up the standings because in the East, like 4, 5 to like 10, all bunched up, a few games away from each other.
Listen, I think they may go. They could possibly go as high as like a 3, but at the same time, it don't matter. Like they ain't threatening nobody with these 2.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Fred, you were saying.
Because listen,
Fred, you were saying with the Blake what?
Boogie and Unibrow. Salute the Boogie, but
what have they done?
They were. Boogie and Unibrow were a better version of this, and they didn't threaten nobody. Nobody thinking about them.
Yeah, if they were in the East, though, they
when I look at this move, I look at what the Clippers are, and it just shows mediocrity. And at some point, it's just like you can put the perfume or whatever, the smell good on the trash, but it's still trash. You sweep it under the.
Hold on, though. Let me ask you a question, though, Fred. In reference to that, though, so you don't like what they got back?
No, I'm saying for the Clippers, as in the Clippers in general. Like
but this could be to me. I thought about that, but this could be the other thing. This could be the Clippers actually turning around. Like, well, first they got to get rid of Doc. As long as Austin and Doc are, ain't not gonna happen. They on their ball.
Austin
could do it.
Listen, man. Austin over there just rapping, getting money like my dad. Listen, they running the Ball family a playbook over there now. At this point, they drawing. They're like the Ball family without all the headlines.
But listen, hey Fred, what were you saying about Blake though? Because you said you were agreeing with B. Austin when he said, "What has he done?" or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, to me, what has Blake done? He hasn't gotten better as a player. He still reminds me of this outside of being just a crazy great dunker. I mean, that's cool.
Hold on.
I think a lot of people sleep on Blake. After he got that soft play,
20 and 10 guy. He's a walking 20 and 10.
We're gonna get to that. Fred don't understand what that soundbite was. Fred don't know about that soundbite. I know y'all knew exactly what I was doing. I was really being funny, Fred, because of Donald Sterling. That's a soundbite we play from time to time. Blake Griffin is not a bad player at all. In fact, I would even qualify and tell you that he is a star. He's just not a superstar. But when you look at the money, I think you were questioning the number, the $171 million. At this point in the game, when Trashton Thompson gets $84 million, Blake Griffin is actually underpaid.
Yeah, the numbers are gonna go up just because of the way the contracts and all.
Look at it.
The money is gonna get the money regardless. Yeah.
I mean, Blake Griffin averaged under 21 points one time in his career.
No,
his
he's not a
boards
bad
are
player.
going down because that's because he's moving farther away from the basket. So that's why I think pairing him up with a Drummond is going to be in the post because Drummond don't have all that other stuff.
Yo, Drummond don't need no boards to nobody else anyway.
What I don't like
is
is.
each other's way. Go ahead.
I get the move, and like Jim said, I mean, doing what they trying to replicate what they did in New Orleans, but at the end of the day, like you said, it's really not gonna be one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm worried about you. I'm still not worried about Detroit. I mean, even when all 5's 20 plus on the Cavs.
I'm not worried about Detroit either. But here's what's
I'm not
interesting.
worried.
None of y'all have mentioned what the Clippers
my
got
team
back in
lose
return.
to teams like
What the Clippers have got back in
Well,
return.
tell us
also
what they got. Tell us what they got in return.
Well, no. Listen, I'm
like
saying
what they got.
also the cap space they got too, as well the draft picks,
Yeah,
as well as like they're
true.
playing for some free agents. So once they get rid of Austin and Doc
from LeBron, that's what they think they did. But
they have a shot.
But they don't have anybody on the team that LeBron want to ball with. Ain't no stars on this team.
You don't think you want to ball with DeAndre?
Bring him in like that.
Nah,
LeBron bring him out
not
like
in
that.
not in LA, not in LA at all.
LeBron would be a fool not to ball with Austin Rivers. LeBron, you tripping.
Austin be stirring it up. Austin
gone.
nice. He good. He's not as good as he think he is, and definitely not as good as Doc
Nah,
think
he good. He is good though. He's way better than I thought he was.
Bar ball. The way he touting Austin, he not touting him with his mouth though. He giving him contracts. He trading away the team so Austin can be man.
Yo, salute the Doc for practicing like nepotism in front of our face, like on a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yo,
you have nothing to hand down.
I'm gonna say salute to Austin. Salute to Austin because there was a time when I would have told you with a straight face and conviction that Austin Rivers is not better than me. I'm just older than he is. Like he's actually all right. He's actually all right.
He ain't no Lou Williams.
Doc recognized that.
Yo, on one hand, they gotta get Doc out of there, but on the other hand, I respect Doc so much because like my man literally was like, "Yo, I'm gonna make my family rich with other people's money. So watch this."
Yeah, that's like that's a mean nepotism right there. That's pretty.
That's
cool.
fire. Like my man set up generational wealth with somebody else's bread. Like, watch this.
He probably gonna bring his other son wherever he is in ball too.
Yo, Doc is amazing,
really
yo.
He was playing for Georgetown. I was wondering why he wasn't playing across town at Howard. Like, how the hell he get on Georgetown?
Yo, his other son is turducken sauce at the bottom of the pan.
He was so bad that he's probably one of them. He's probably not playing anymore. He's like, man, my family got enough money. I ain't got to drive no more. But
shout out to Seth.
Injuries are mounting up in the Eastern Conference. So after all the turmoil with the meeting in Cleveland a couple of weeks ago, the scapegoat Kevin Love broke his hand and he's out up to 6 to 8 weeks. So I know the Cavaliers are probably desperate to try to pull some type of move for the trade deadline as well. We talk about, how do we think the Cavs are going to do? The fact that they don't play any defense, the fact that they, have turmoil, the fact that Derrick Rose, like Shannon Sharp said, left with a fade, came back with Docs. What about now with Kevin Love out 6 to 8 weeks? They're going to see how many, they're going to see how much the scapegoat is really worth now that he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Do y'all think, they're going to stay afloat. It's still the East, but how do y'all think this will affect the team?
Shout out to
Yo, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for Kevin Love and his hand injury because now can nobody point the finger at him with this Trav Sham mockery that's going on. But it's still a testament to just how great LeBron James is, Gloria James' son, man, because this dude is still going to get these dudes to the Eastern Conference Finals. And what the narrative is on LeBron is it doesn't really matter if he wins championships. At this point, they've moved the mark. The LeBron fans have said as long as he makes it to the championship, that's as good as anyone else winning a championship. So we just gonna count the number of times he did.
I knew he shot coming. And
I was waiting for that too.
No,
but
he is working on being the group. I think right now the group is the logo because the boy lost in a lot of finals. But LeBron is working on trying to be what they call the greatest runner-up of all time.
I just want to say, first off, anytime we talk about Kevin Love, I just want to apologize to the late Moses Malone and say I'm sorry again. My apologies for jumping the gun.
You and Brother Paul did that. Y'all did that.
Yeah. I mean, you did too, and I got the footage. Don't do that. I got the videotape.
I did.
So I just want to apologize. I want to apologize to the ancestor because I disrespected your name because you held it down for years. No, I'm mad.
I ain't apologizing.
That was disrespect, dog. They're not even the same planet.
We gave him a nickname. I'm cool.
Yeah. We disrespected the God, so I want to apologize to him. But
he ain't had a longevity, but for a good 2 or 3 seasons, he was White Moses.
No, man. Hey, don't do that. Don't even say that. We can't say that, man. My man, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to the great Moses Malone, because I think he wanted. Because he don't get his credit anyway.
White Moses was getting 30 and 20 and shooting 40 from 3. You better put some respect on his name.
The real Moses did it, won chips, and was MVP, and did it over a career. And he did it anyway. We're not gonna get into this.
LeBron took the opportunity for him to continue.
Hey, listen, man. Without Moses, Dr. J is looked at different. Let's just put it that way.
That's true. But
Jimmy, just the bullet can't go left.
Moses saved Doc's career. Moses saved Doc's career. Let's not forget that.
Let me give you a point though,
down
Jimmy.
on the floor when he dribbled.
The point being,
when he banged on Michael Cooper, like when he banged on Michael Cooper, like his mug was on the floor the whole time up.
Without Moses Malone, Dr. J is
Vince
Carter.
Love you, Doc.
Without Moses Malone, Dr. J is Vince Carter, yo.
Vince going to the Hall too, though.
No handle.
And so was Doc, but now Doc's held in a whole different, Anyway.
I just thought of something, y'all. Are we living in the age of participation trophies? Because Vince Carter has stuck around so long that he might get in the Hall for sticking around this long.
Anyway. Once he jumped overboard in the Olympics, he was going to the Hall, dog.
Hall of Fame.
My man was a Hall of Famer. As a matter of fact, B. Austin, I think it's the opposite. The longer he hangs around, he might mess his chances up of going to the Hall.
He jumped over
Vince
that.
Carter got a dunk
and Gary Payton,
and he could barely get the rim. Like, this is sad, man. You got to go because he used to be the greatest dunker the league has ever seen. He's stretching out, get a one-hander. Like,
repeat this though.
And they celebrated
This conversation is really about Kevin Love and the Cavaliers, and now we just pooping on Vince. But anyway,
I was gonna make a point. I was gonna make a point and take another shot. I was gonna take a shot at your man LeBron because your man LeBron ruined Kyrie. He couldn't be a point guard because LeBron handling the ball, and White Moses couldn't be White Moses because LeBron told him to go stand in the corner and don't come out.
All right, but listen though.
That's LeBron for.
Hilarious thing is Boston is trying to make a play for LeBron. That would be hilarious because Kyrie would be so pissed. Anyway, we'll get into that.
He's going to Golden State.
All right, we'll talk about that in a minute.
We're going to get into that in a little bit. But about the Cavaliers and this whole Kevin Love situation, I do think it's messed up they try to make him the scapegoat because if I'm Kevin Love, and I'm not saying he didn't do this, but I wouldn't even open my mouth. I would just point at Tristan. Anytime somebody says something to me, I would just point at Tristan. like literally. I would just point at him, like, don't even come at me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would just point at him every time.
Tristan Thompson making $15 million this year and averages 5 and less than a block per game. Like,
FML.
So he's ass buckler. So my whole point is, like, the whole thing with the Cavs is crazy because I watched them play. And I don't know if it's just me. It looks like LeBron's not even trying as much. Like, in the beginning of the season, he was playing at a different speed. Now, maybe he's pacing himself. Maybe he's pacing himself for the long run, or maybe he's tired, like you said.
Psychologically out of it.
He just looked like he's not focused. And I know Fred is a LeBron stan who worships at his altar. So maybe you can tell me if you believe LeBron is giving it his all, because to me it looks like he's not.
I mean, LeBron looks like he's spent. He's tired. He's having to carry a team, and carry a city, and at the end of the day, he's already gotten them their one championship. He's no longer obligated. Psychologically done.
You're right.
Maybe he needs to go on a.
He's looking towards Golden State already.
So
maybe he's going on a spiritual retreat like
Mike because he won in Cleveland, right, Jim?
The one in Cleveland is 8 anywhere else.
So he already got more rings than Mike.
Yeah, he definitely got more rings than Mike. Like, he got more rings than Mike because the one in Cleveland is the equivalent of 8 anywhere else. And the fact that that's your hometown, that may add an extra one on there.
Seriously. Now, look, John Wall is down as well. He got a knee surgery that's going to keep him out up to 2 months, so the Wizards might be in a little bit of trouble as well, even though they beat KC.
They got Otto Porter.
They beat KC the other night, but, OKC, even though they were on a tear, everybody's taking turn at beating them this year. So John Wall was replaced in the All-Star game by Andre Drummond, which I thought was fair, was cool. But Kevin Love went down, so you kind of thought all of the people, especially the people in Philly who thought that Ben Simmons was an All-Star snub, they thought maybe he would get this spot. I never thought that Simmons was a snub, But you know how they do rookies anyway. Like, he can have the numbers, but they want you to earn it. I even thought now, like, okay, he still it might not be his turn. Like, it might be his turn. Because I'm figuring on the snub list, if he's a snub, Ben Simmons is like 3 players down. You need 3 players to get injured. They put Goran Dragic from Miami Heat on the roster to take Kevin Love's place. And this is no knock to Goran because, I actually like
Please not. It is all kinds of no. Don't give him
I saw right through that. If you look at the Miami Heat are the 4th seed in the East right now. Out of the first 8 teams, the Miami Heat were the only team without an All-Star representative. So it's obvious they threw them a bone and said, all right, pick somebody from the Heat. And they picked Dragic to be Love's replacement. But like I said, for me, being a Sixers fan, it didn't even have to be Simmons. Kemba Walker is definitely more deserving than Dragic right now. But I don't know. I'm going to say, his team won more games, blah, blah, blah. And the All-Star game was never about that. But, now they're trying to make that a part of it. What did y'all think about? Did y'all think that was a fair shot? I mean, because when he didn't get the Andre Drummond spot, my newspapers were complaining that he got looked over again.
I was more upset at the Andre Drummond spot because, like, Andre Drummond, what do I want to watch him do in an All-Star game? Get rebounds?
What is he going to do in an All-Star game?
Just off his numbers alone, he deserves it.
Yeah, it's like certain players, no matter what numbers you put up, like, and shout out to Survive. But I used to hate when Tim Duncan every year made the All-Star game because, like, what's he going to do to excite me during All-Star weekend? Like, just come out there and just look a mess, like, and I'm going to laugh at that. That's pretty much it. Because
his clothes.
Some people's games just aren't conducive to being in an All-Star game. So I was thinking about that when I saw Andre Drummond.
Shout out to you, Paul Millsap. Shout out to you,
Gerald Wallace.
He's the best.
But you can tell, though.
Like,
you can tell because these dudes get into the All-Star game and actually look like they don't fit. Why are you here?
The All-Star game is not about
LeBron,
Gerald, highlight plays.
What's that? Like, really? Paul Millsap?
Gerald
Wallace is it's a real-life version of it, like a video game. That's everything you want to do in a video game.
Yeah, Millsap tried to, like, play with fundamentals in the All-Star game. Like, he'd be drawn. He'd be boxing out.
But Gerald Wallace was like, bring it right back where you got it from. Bring it right back. Gerald Wallace.
Funny thing, Gerald Wallace is athletic, and you think he could do something, but he just wasn't good enough. Like, he just wasn't good enough to be in the ring. He has
Yo,
It
Paul
just wasn't
Millsap
good
is the
enough.
best example. He's like the best example next to Tim Duncan because like his game, he's a great player. I don't want to say great. He's a good player, but his game is just not conducive to an All-Star game at all.
Shout out to Jamal McGlure. His game wasn't even conducive. I mean, his
Yo, shout out to Jamal McGlure.
I wasn't even
punching
his
bag for
life.
like
His life wasn't. Because I wasn't even going to bring him up. Like I feel like we give him too much shine. Yo, he should have never been in an All-Star game.
Yo, hold on. He was balling that year though.
Yo, he got an All-Star game and looked like poo.
Exactly what year it was. Jamal McGlure. All right, so Tyreke Evans. The Grizzlies have made the decision that they're going to trade him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Put a deadline on the 8th. They're actually seeing him. He's not even playing for the Grizzlies anymore because they don't want him to get injured while they're shopping him for a trade.
Go sit there. We're going to pay you, but go sit there.
Anymore. Yeah, just go over there
His life
until we
is lit.
get this done. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's cool with it. He don't want to live there. He don't want to play there. He's good. Now, a lot of teams that's chasing him consist of playoff teams in the East, like teams that are also chasing playoffs, like Milwaukee, Philly, Boston. In the West, there's Denver and New Orleans, who are teams that have expressed interest in him. Let's bring it to Philly real quick. Because he's a Chester guy, so basically, if he came to Philly, that would become home. What you want in return is a first-round pick. Now, Jimmy being a former Sixers season ticket holder, B. Austin being a fan, would you trade for Tyreke Evans?
Unless you
would
can
you get
find
rid
something
of to do it?
Unless you can find something better out there, I definitely would. And talking to brother Hank today, he made a great point too. Like the Sixers are at a point now where, that first round pick, like what is it really going to do for you? You already have
that pick.
You already had the Lakers pick, and what are you going to do? Just keep collecting young bodies and never move anywhere? You're never going to go anywhere or do anything unless you make moves like this. I would
trade that pick. I would trade that pick, and I would trade the rights to Robert Covington's living. I would trade Robert Covington's lineage.
He got to stay. He's taking on that contract. He got to stay. Listen, I would try. I agree with you about that. I agree with Brother Hank for Tyreke Evans, though. I mean,
but that's why I
if we
said
can
there's nothing else
try
out there. Like what else
swing
is out
Lou
there?
Williams for that pick, then that's a whole different story because that's what they need. Somebody, a killer that can come off the bench and get buckets.
Yeah,
because there's certain nights where the starters.
And he a dream chaser and he be hanging with major figures, so he gonna get back here and he ain't gonna know how to act. So he ain't gonna be the same Lou Williams. Like Lou Williams in Philly is different than Lou Williams everywhere else.
But I think
except for maybe Atlanta.
I think the same thing with Tyreke Evans, not because there's any evidence of what he would do at home, but if you put coming home and any distractions that might lead to, and add it on to the fact that for the past 3 seasons, Tyreke Evans has dropped off the NBA map, and now he's balling in a contract year, which everybody does. It's kind of like I don't trust him. It's like you balled for the contract year, and you could be coming home with this trade. The distractions plus the fact that you're going to get your money is not a combination for me because he's averaging 19.5 points this season.
Combination.
And he's only started 26 to 46 games they played. Now, the past few seasons, and I'm only saying his scoring average, we know what Tyreke Evans is good for, and that's putting the ball in the basket. Last year, he averaged 11.6. When he got traded to Sacramento, he averaged 11.6. Before that, he was still in New Orleans. He was only averaging 9.5. And then the year before that, he averaged, what he averaged for the whole season last year was 10.3. And then 15.2, 16.6. But remember, this is a guy who came in 09-10 as a rookie, averaging 20 points a game. 20 points, almost 6 assists and 6 rebounds. So, you were looking at him thinking that he was a jump shot away from being a superstar, and then he's gone downhill ever since. So it's like the distraction of come home, the fact that it looks like he might only be balling because he's in a contract.
No, I understand
It'd
all
be
that.
hard to trust, but I don't know.
And also understand like his upbringing was a little
late.
different though. Like with his brothers and the way he was raised, like he wasn't like no, he wasn't on that tip. Like that's just not even what he's about. But you know, I've seen Lou Willville here before, so I know like, you know, with his night he got a mean nightlife game.
Put it this way, I wouldn't be upset.
Lou Willville had married 2 women and was practicing polygamy as a dream chaser. So
curly hair,
my man wears dream chaser chain, yo. He a chaser, man. Don't let me get out while you're here.
Yeah, like I don't want anybody out there to take it the wrong way. Like I would welcome Tariq Evans. I think he would be a good addition to the team. It's just had a little bit of reservations about it. But you know, as long as they don't do anything stupid to get him, like I don't mind the pick, just like Jimmy said, but don't do anything like, you know, give him a pick and like Dario Saric.
No.
The
thing about the pick is whoever you get with the pick, I don't think it's going to be better than Tariq.
Because I'm not calling him TLC no more because he's trash. You don't get a nickname with me if you're trash, unless it's a trashy nickname. But yeah, I'll say his Timothé Luwawu Cabarro. He can go. Have you in the chat room said TLC, Amir Johnson, and Bayless need to be playing in the G League. I disagree about Amir Johnson. Earlier in the season, he would come in and I'd be like, yo, what the hell is he doing? But I've seen his worth. You know, he can come.
No, I like
bench.
Amir.
He gets rebounds. He plays defense. Yeah, Amir Johnson, I definitely disagree.
I don't even and I don't even think.
Go ahead.
I was saying I don't even think Bailey should be in the G League. He should be home. Matter of fact, he should be hosting the show with us or something like.
Like Bayless, I don't think he's as bad as everybody else think, but he can definitely go. Like that one, I wouldn't miss him. Like until he said his name in the chat room, I forgot that Bayless ain't even played in a couple of weeks. Amir Johnson, nah, I don't put him on that list. The defense that he brings, earlier in the season he would jump in there, miss some layups, miss some bunnies, and I'd be a little upset. But I've come to realize his value. So last two things in NBA, man. LeBron James is rumored to be open to talking to the Golden State Warriors in free agency if they could move some things around in order to pay him the max. I don't know about you fellas, but if LeBron James joins, first of all, I would think somebody like Clay would have to go if they did this. But if they found a way, like he said, and he joins up with Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant, like I'm gonna have to take a break from the NBA for a few years, like people have been doing. Come on, I can't do this. I have to wait out the whole generation until we get, maybe we get back to a new generation of cats that got some heart and want to compete.
Yo,
what are y'all thoughts of this even being a possibility?
If this move actually happens,
I got one. Yeah,
if this move actually happened, I really would not want to watch this. We all know the NBA. You already know who's gonna win. It's 70? What's the over/under on the number of wins? Can they go 82 and 80? Somebody's gonna take a game off. It's not 82 and 0, but
here's the
77 and
we
5.
We act like the Warriors ain't gonna win the chip this year. We already know the champion this year.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like, come on, dude. Like, I know you chasing that goal in Chicago.
I mean, does he really care? Or does he want rings or a legacy? Who cares at the end of the day?
Yo, here's my thing. I'm gonna let you kill him. But let me just say this real quick. I actually hope this happens, and it's not even for basketball reasons. I just want to see the LeBron haters lose it. I want to see the LeBron haters lose it because I'm gonna laugh so hard that they care that much, because I think this will be completely hilarious.
I'm not even one of those balls, but I already think KD is bitch.
I'm going to laugh. I'm going to find this completely hilarious. First of all, the report is funny, too, because the report mentioned that he'd be interested in talking to several teams, and it listed pretty much every team in the league, but people ran with the whole Warriors thing because it's the Warriors. The Celtics were on there, too. They want to make a play for him, and he's interested in talking to them. I found that more interesting because, If he does that, what's Kyrie?
What was the point of trading Kyrie in the beginning?
Yo, if he does that,
he already followed Kyrie once.
Because here's the thing: if you're Danny Ainge and LeBron wants to come there, you have to take that conversation. Like you have to.
Everybody.
But at the same time, that soap opera to me is just as funny.
I have a little bit different perspective. So for me, before we ever get to LeBron, I have to challenge my brothers on this show. If you see neck right and you don't punch him in the face, you got a problem with me. Because neck right defended LeBron going to. I didn't think that it would be possible to defend this level of competitive doo-doo, but Neck Wright made an excuse for LeBron going to the Golden State Warriors. How do you
after he killed Durant? But killed Durant because he knew that he had to turn to LeBron and things. But that's how it goes, B. Austin. If you love somebody, fans, when they love somebody, they're going to. I'm telling you, they're going to move heaven and earth to defend them, even if they're being hypocritical of something they said about somebody else. Got that? People that did the exact same thing. I was talking to our homies earlier, who I called him on social media, telling people, "Oh, the supposed best player in the league. If he go and join up with them, that's the biggest punk move ever." But this is the same dude who sat here and defended Kevin Durant for doing it. Mind you, he thinks Kevin Durant is the best player in the league. So by his logic, all the stuff we've been saying about Kevin Durant is basically true. He doesn't admit it because he's a fan of the dude. Everybody does.
Overall,
you guys know LeBron is my guy, and I'm not even cool with it. I'm not cool with it. I'm not even cool with it. I'm not cool with it. Okay.
Man, I think that in society and culture, I think Vince McMahon has a bigger impact than we even know, because all sports have become is pretty much like wrestling. When you like your guy, you ride with your guy. Good,
Jimmy,
bad, or indifferent.
Jimmy, you cool with that too?
Cool with what? I'm not. LeBron's not my
Jimmy
guy.
loves the entertainment part.
Exactly. That's exactly
right.
I ain't talking about LeBron. I ain't talking about LeBron. I'm talking about where sports is, where there's no value in competition. It's all entertainment.
Well, for me, right? For me, I love entertainment, right? So to me, this will be the greatest thing for me, because I know, for one, like all the amount of hate and vitriol that's going to come his way is going to be worse than I think maybe even the decision. And it's going to be hilarious to me.
This is Jimmy. I've known Jimmy longer than I've known. I've known Jimmy longer than I've known some of my family members. This is his ratchet side being put on display. Like, he loves the drama.
But he's not wrong though. That's the bad part. He's not
Listen,
wrong.
my timeline is going to be pure comedy.
The ratchet side of me is like, I want to see it happen just so I can call some people a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like calling people names. So I want to see. I'd like to see it happen just so I can, throw some dirt on people. Now the competitive side of me is like, this better not happen. These dudes have to have some kind of pride.
I also want to see it for the people that, pretty much co-sign everything that KD did. Like, I want to see how they act to this. Like the people, like the brother you were just talking about. I want to see, because there's a lot of them too.
Transsexual.
It's a lot of them.
If there's
and also, I
really
think it's going to bring up some Steph slander too, because if Steph allows this to happen, he's killing his own legacy. Like, at this point, you will be the third.
That's why, like, with the Miami thing, I gave LeBron the business, but D Wade and Bosh, they deserve out of that too. Y'all all decided we're gonna team up, and we no longer want to be rivals from the same draft class. We want to be.
But the thing is, with this, you know how it goes. Now, guys want to be on the same team, and they want to, for whatever reason, that's the only way they can.
It's gay.
What's interesting is I was reading the article on Wired, right? It was a business article, and it was talking about one of the things that the owners of the Warriors have done is the culture they've built there in terms of, like, every NBA player. We're in this generation of brands, and they've kind of like tied Silicon Valley into being a part of the Golden State Warriors. Like even like the worst player on their bench, literally like gets access to certain things because they're in Silicon Valley, and they actually pitch that when they go get free agents. When you get guys like they said, Iguodala literally stayed.
Andre Iguodala got a hedge fund. And
he got a hedge fund. It was a whole article about him written in Fortune. He has a whole hedge fund, everything set up just because he plays there, which is one of the reasons he stayed. So to me, dudes are really like the NBA is not even their passion no more. It's just something they do. It's like, this is my startup capital for my life, and it's kind of like taken away from the sport. It definitely is. But I know one thing, like the hypocrisy in sports to me is always amazing, and because I have no problem when people like hate players, but just admit you hate them. Don't front like you don't hate them, and you know what I mean. Like just say, look, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So the hypocrisy to me is hilarious.
Yeah.
But I recognize that.
Call it what it is.
I recognize that this is Vince McMahon has more influence on culture than we think because this is WWE.
We got a comment from the chat.
Is only one player. There's really only one player on my list, and he no longer plays, that I got to see personally about some hands and lay hands upon him. If LeBron did this because of what it would do to this thing of ours, he would make that list. Like he would have to get dealt with.
But the funny thing is, Austin, like if him going there, right? And I get all your points, but what does it really shift? What does it do?
It cheats us out of Kevin Durant.
All right, one at a time, gentlemen, one at a time.
It cheats us out of watching LeBron and Kevin Durant get in however many times per season they, get to meet up.
Yeah, I get that.
That's a matchup I want to watch.
Unless people sometimes would say the Rockets, he don't stand a chance against them anyway.
I know, but it's still good.
So what if he goes?
That's what I always tell you, because you always, when we bring this up, when we talk about other things like this, you always remind us, like, back in and shout out to the homie Joel Rodriguez. He reminds people of this too. Like, even in the 80s, there were two dominant teams, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but there were people on every team that you would like to see match up every night.
But the thing is,
I don't want to see LeBron and Kevin Durant playing together.
Well, see, I don't like to see the Warriors play anybody because, like, when the Warriors are serious, it doesn't matter who you put up against them. The way they're constructed now, excuse me, they can't be beat. So for me,
it matters. I don't care. Like, to me, I told you that it was never about who wins the championship, because that's true. There always was a dominant team.
No. What I'm saying is, to me, it's not entertaining to watch the Cavaliers play the Warriors. That's not entertaining.
It really is.
But it's not just the Cavaliers. Like, it's entertaining to me to watch when Kevin Durant go one-on-one when to actually guard him. It's exciting to me. Like, we know the Celtics don't come nowhere near beating them, but your man Kyrie be going that stuff.
Listen, I understand exactly what you're saying, but what I think what I'm trying to say is it's going already. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, that's already going. It's going. There's no matchup.
There's a glimmer of hope.
There's no glimmer of hope, Deb. Come on now.
No, to me there is no glimmer. To me the glimmer is gone. It's like, you're holding on to something that's dead already. Like, let it. Like, listen, man.
Do you want to see?
It's gonna be okay,
the only
man.
difference in it would be.
Tom Hanks all but it's dead, doggy.
I will bitch about this the day I die. Ain't no way. It's just what it is, man. I want to see.
No, it's dead, fam. We gotta move on.
Like,
that's
everybody.
The only difference is you're gonna see a straight sweep versus 4-2, maybe 4-1. How quick do you want the finals to be over?
The games.
But listen,
the games I get
Fred, at least in that sweep, I can watch LeBron average 40, Kevin Durant average 40, and they go at each other.
And I get that.
I don't root for either team, so I don't care who gets swept. But at least
you just want to see a good
go
game.
at each other.
Yeah, but my thing is like. But my thing is, like, to me, that's not even fun to watch someone get swept. I don't care if he puts up 70.
Right.
Like, to me, that's not. But what I'm saying is, when I watch NBA now,
have you ever watched the Harlem? Have you ever watched the
Harlem
Globetrotters?
It ain't my team. I don't care this series, bro.
No.
I've seen them live.
Have you ever watched? Yo, if LeBron went to the Warriors, that would be like the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Jersey Generals. I'm not trying to see that.
Yo, I don't even think it. I don't even think it's that, because I think what happens is if he goes there is everybody takes off 20 games.
Everybody gonna rest. I was about to say everybody gonna rest.
But my point is this, though.
They're not gonna
like,
play together until the
only time.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They play together on important nights and back-to-backs. You can forget it.
the only
Yo,
games
if
I
that
really
team gets
enjoy
together,
watching in
there
the
are no
NBA,
important nights.
because here's my opinion. In my opinion, what you're talking about is already dead. It's not fun to watch nobody play the Warriors, including LeBron, even if he goes for a triple-double, because it's in a losing effort and no one really cares.
It's like
for
watching
me,
the Monstars.
for me, hold on, let me finish my
Wait, Space Jam Monstars.
Okay, but
there's
at least I can watch LeBron play other people. Then leave the Warriors out of it. Even because I don't be up for them 10-30 games anyway.
Let me finish my point.
10-30 games anyway.
My point is this. My point is the only time I enjoy watching games is when some of the younger squads play with some of the up-and-coming stars. Like if the Sixers play the Bucks or something like that, I enjoy those games more so than I mean, literally, that's kind of what's there. Otherwise, the league is already dead. Like that whole thing of is only a glimmer. The glimmer is gone. It's dead. Do I think this makes anything better? Absolutely not. But it's dead. So my question is this though: if LeBron decides to go to Houston with Chris Paul and 60 triple-double dude, is that like how is that perceived as opposed to the Warriors?
It's not. It's the same thing. It's just you're going to instead of going to 1A, you're going to 1B.
At least, like, look, think about this. Over the past 3 years or so, whether we agree or not on the order, the general consensus has been the best 3 players in the league was LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. Steph Curry, for me, is very debatable, but a lot of people think that. So, so that would be number 2 goes and joins number 3, and then number 1 goes and joins number 2 and number 3. Like, that is corny.
No. No, my question is, do you have the same level of anger if he goes to Houston?
I have anger. It couldn't be the same. Like, cause this is just different.
But it is though, because you're going Chris Paul.
I mean, Fred, I'm saying it's all punk stuff to me, but. The Warriors, though, like, come on, man.
It's really not fair, and of course, nobody's gonna know. I don't like watching the Warriors play anybody. I mean, it's not fair because you have 3 really great players. You might even say top 5 players.
You go to Houston, you can just cancel the NBA Finals and just make the Western Conference Finals the NBA Finals.
Yo,
so my question to you is, actually, Jimmy, what's the point of an All-Star game? You might as well just put the Warriors against everybody else.
Right.
No,
Can we do
that? I think eventually
they're gonna be running together anyway.
That might become the new All-Star game. Like, we have the Warriors versus the world. Like that might become the new All-Star game.
Exactly, yeah.
You just
exactly what it's gonna be. Like, we got to
for me,
for y'all.
I think I've already
against this one team, see if they can beat them.
I think I've already come to grips with the fact that the game is
Melo
dead.
And Jello ball on the Warriors.
I think the game is already dead. I don't think there's no glimmer left, and this is all Michael Jordan's fault, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there. But so the game is dead. It's all about watching the JV play. Outside of the JV, when it comes to the finals, we already know who won this season anyway. We already know who won. I can tell you right now who's going to win next year. Don't matter where LeBron goes. Who's going to win next year, I can tell you right now.
The league died with the kiss when Isaiah and Magic kissed. Definitely was over.
No. The league died with the push off in Utah. Mm-hmm. That's when the league died.
Listen,
when he got his pop killed because he didn't know how to. My fault.
Scotty said if they wouldn't let Chris Paul join the Lakers, the NBA would put the kibosh. I don't know. I think the NBA regrets doing that and all the criticism they got. So I think they stay out of this kind of stuff now. And LeBron is different than Chris Paul. LeBron can do what he wants. Because if LeBron said, okay, y'all don't let me do what I want, I'm going to retire, and then the league takes a hit. And then he said, I wonder why there wasn't a big fuss made when Peyton and Karl Malone joined Shaq and Kobe. Well,
they was 86 years old.
Yeah, they were old. They were old.
And, I was about to say, like,
that's like Ray Allen joining the Heat, man. Nobody cares.
Trust me, Skyview, I used the word chip chasers that entire season, but chip chasers back then had a different meaning to it. It was always old dudes at the end of their careers trying to jump on something and win a chip because they'd never won one before. Dudes these days, it don't matter if you already got 2 or 3. Like, Jimmy made a point just now. Y'all might have laughed at it, but it is Michael Jordan's fault because after Mike, the biggest measure of a legacy is how many championships you win. I don't know how Mike became the standard because he ain't even the one with the most, but after Mike, the biggest measure of your legacy became how many championships you won. So now these dudes will do anything and everything to get a championship, even if they already have them. So there is
the
a
crazy
difference.
part,
I'm
though?
not saying I
Here's
didn't
the
call
crazy
Gary
part.
and Carl names because I did.
Here's
But
the crazy
it's
part. Shout out to them because they was definitely hashtag Larry Holmes status. And shout out to Pac for giving us that great Larry Holmes line.
weak and flabby.
My man said they washed up, flabby, and sick. Try to play a hate on my anyway, but so they was Larry Holmes status. But here's the weird thing about this. Like, say LeBron did do this. I don't even think LeBron is chip chasing. I think LeBron just wants to like chill with his homies. I think LeBron just wants to enjoy life and be around people he's cool with. And he's cool enough to go locker room.
This is the era of if you can't join them. I mean, if you can't beat them.
I think LeBron just wants to take dope IG with his friends, though. That's all he wants to do.
If LeBron does this, just say
so
wins
squad
goals.
Squad
How
goals.
many,
Yeah, I think LeBron just started chill with his homies.
Do you respect these rings 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when the dust settles? That's the real question.
Fred, the people that are around that have a problem with it now will never respect the rings. History is going to tell a different story because people are just going to see how many rings you have. The people who weren't around to see it, and all they can go on is the stories of how good this person was and the YouTube videos of how good they were. They're not going to think about this as much as
they're not going to care. Because at the end of the day,
they're not
I think
care at
the
all.
whole narrative on what it makes a great athlete
But for
is going
me,
to change. LeBron's going to own a team. LeBron is going to own a team, and they're going to paint a narrative of how he took his business into his own hands while playing. So they're going to paint that. Yeah, they're going to paint that whole picture, and it's going to ruin the game for years to come because
the leader
because everybody's going to be about their business and not their game, and that's kind of like you know that's what it is. Even with like young Zion, right? Young Zion just went to Duke. My man said he wanted to be part of the brotherhood. Like that's the culture.
He said it out loud.
Yo, he said it in his interview. He said it in his interview when he said, yo, I want to be part of the brotherhood. He was like, because Duke already had the number 1 and number 3 player in the nation signed with Duke. He was the number 2 player in the nation, and he was the last to decide. And he said, I'm going to Duke to join the brotherhood.
So Jimmy, spring break, you're gonna be at Daytona on some banana boats. Duke, Coach K, who don't even need this kind of players, has the number 1, 2, and 3 recruit in the nation. Like, and they join together.
They'll still lose in the tournament.
I mean, that's possible because the tournament's one and done. If they had to play a series, nobody beat them.
But an advantage in the tournament to having some upperclassmen on your team. So losing ain't gonna matter. They don't care about no tournament.
No, they don't.
They making one stop.
They trying to go to the league.
But my point is his language in making that decision. He says, I'm joining the brotherhood. So they done built this thing at Duke called the brotherhood. It's like some, so it's like this is the culture. So my point in saying all this, Fred, is as the time goes on. It's like Skull and Bones and the brother. They said Kyrie Irving's the one that started it, by the way. But that's either here nor there.
But I mean,
the point is,
because of the way recruiting works, Jim. I don't know. That's the thing about that. Because, I mean, I come to my world in college football. Everybody wants to go to Alabama. They literally have a fraternity inside the football team called Bama Psi Phi. I get that. I mean,
that's ridiculous. That's gay. But listen, though. Hold up, though. Here's my point, though. My point is, and a lot of that is these guys are one and done, so they get to the league. So, like, they still want that experience of being recruited. I remember back in the day, cats didn't recruit other players to play on their squad. Like,
they wanted the team to themselves.
Like, either you want to come play with us or you don't. Like, I ain't come out here to like recruit you and put your jersey in the Raptors and call you and text you 58 times. Like, either you want to come here or you don't. Like, you know what I mean? So, but the times have changed now. Like, it's all about this culture is different. So as time goes on, because I remember watching the game in the 80s and 90s, and the cats that grew up like watching the game in the 60s and 70s thought that my heroes were punks. Oh, he's a punk.
Yeah.
These dudes is friends. They are punks. So it's like the cycle continues. Fred, 20 years from now, they're going to be playing shirts and skins. They're going to be playing shirts and skins just because that's what society. Never mind. Let me shut up.
Listen,
leave that alone.
Before we move on, Casey Mack said, Jimmy, the NBA is no different than the NFL. We know each year who's winning the Super Bowl. New England this century, Cowboys and the Steelers.
No, you don't.
I'm about to say that's not.
Did you say Cowboys? Don't ever mention
those teams
that
you
might be
name have a lot of Super Bowls relative to the fact that it's a once a year thing. I don't think we know who's winning every year.
You don't know who's winning.
There's no parity
like
like NFL parity.
NFL has
NFL is like
a little bit different. It really
there's
is.
at least 2 worst to first stories in the NFL every year.
Dog. The Patriots have been together for 20 years. They have 5 chips. That's amazing. It's probably the greatest run ever. They have 5 chips, but it's been 20 years. So you can't say they're going to win every year. When
and there was a 10-year gap between the first 3 and soon to be the next. Never mind.
Anyway, but my point is,
that's the thing. That the fact that they stayed relevant during that gap makes people forget that there was a gap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they lost 2 in between. In between those runs, you still lose 2 to the same team. So
and Casey Mack, come on, Casey Mack, you know better than that.
And Cowboys in the 90s. Look, those are the teams of the 90s, but Cowboys won 3. That's a lot of Super Bowls, but they're still 10 years in a decade. You know what I mean? So
come on, Casey Mack.
I get what you're trying to get at.
That's almost the equivalent. That's almost the equivalent of you saying Kyrie wasn't going nowhere, who now plays for the Celtics. So, that's ridiculous.
Kyrie, ungrateful little petulant child. Kyrie a bit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous because you definitely and that's the worst example to use is the actual NFL because there's just too much parity. Like you're acting like the Giants didn't win a couple bowls within the 90s or whatever. Oh, they won one in what 90, 91 and
why do you even bring the Cowboys up?
You just needed to. All right, but no, real quick, man. Stat of the week: James Harden becomes the first player in NBA history to put up a triple-double with 60 points. He had 60 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in a win against who are they playing? The Magic?
Really?
Like everybody killing the Magic.
Yeah, the Magic. Really,
it don't matter. They still an NBA team. I'm impressed.
Really impressed. Really impressed.
Yeah.
I don't like taking shots at
Beard.
I don't like taking shots at Kobe too much, but James Harden dropped what he dropped in 30 shots. Just saying.
What's your point?
He dropped 60.
So?
Kobe dropped 80 though.
In 46 shots.
81.
What's your point?
Yeah, what is your point?
I have no idea.
He scored 81 points in the game, dog.
Fred.
That's great.
Yo, I saw
That's
Kobe
great.
score 60 in 3 quarters, B. Stop it. Don't even do that.
Fred.
Don't go there.
Fred, I tried to score. Fred, I tried to score
2.5.
Fred, I tried to score 80 on my shadow, and I'm pretty good, and I couldn't. So what do you really think? Like,
my arms
it's
are
80
too
points.
tired if I can put up 46 shots against nobody.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. I'm not the Kobe hater. I'm just.
It ain't no.
I don't even know where you're going at with that. I mean, I seen Kobe score 60 points as an 80-year-old man in his last game. I mean, he did though. You know what I mean? Like, he had 64 and 4, and he was like 80 years old. So.
And dropped the mic and said, "Mamba out."
So shout out to James Harden for shooting shots and getting points. That's kind of how it goes.
Now I have seen online all week like the comparison of him scoring 81 versus 60 with a triple double.
Right.
And which one is a more impressive feat?
They hate Kobe. They hate Kobe so much. They hate Kobe. My man scored 19 points shy of 100.
No, I definitely, James Harden.
Honestly, 81 would probably be. 81 would probably.
Not even the rebounds, because you figure to be rebounding when you're trying to get, your bucket on, because you need to go get the ball. The impressive part, of course, is 11 assists and this whole thing. So, shout out to the Beard. I think right now the MVP is his to lose, and he's not doing anything to lose. So,
yeah, the crazy part about that is, right, so someone had asked me, like, well, what did Kobe have in other statistics in 98, 81? But what impressed me more as I looked that up is, like, when Wilt scored a beam, Wilt also had 25 rebounds. Anytime anybody does something.
There probably was a lot of putbacks.
Wilt, I'm going to tell you why Wilt is the greatest ever. Because Wilt is the greatest ever because my man hasn't played in I don't even know how many years at this point. But anytime anybody does anything, what he did to the record books is ridiculous.
I'm disappointed in you because you said that's why Wilt is the greatest. Wilt is the greatest because he did all of this, and he was yam farming to the tune of 5 chicks a night.
Yo, also, I just saw a story about some boy that like just figured out that Wilt Chamberlain is his pop like recently, but that's either here nor there.
Yo, for real though, it's gonna be a lot of them bulls out there. It gotta be.
Yo, yeah, and like I'll send y'all the story once the show is over. But my point is, my man had did so much in the game that you can't put up a stat and he's not just around it. Like, not even a yam farm game. I'm talking about the actual this thing of ours.
Oh, okay.
So what Wilt did in basketball is utterly ridiculous, man. Shout out to the dip, man.
All right, man. We of course, as usual, we wait on. We're going to end up like 4 minutes of Super Bowl coverage. Don't worry, because I know you're a football head. We still got our game show on Sunday, but that's all we're going to talk about. But we're going to get to football in a minute. But first, we got to talk a little bit about what happened while you guys were on the grind. And before we do that, y'all know the drill. Y'all can check out our website at worldroomsports.com. If you want to call in and speak to us about any of today's topics, that Digital Extreme Tech Hotline at 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. But if you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. I know we had some callers on the line earlier, but since we kept talking, they hung up. Still got some. Let's take a couple of calls, and then we'll get into the grind topics, and then we'll finish off the show. This Super Bowl. We got y'all nephew, Rob from Cali, calling in. Rob, what's going on in the war room, brother? We got to keep it short. What's up?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up? Yo, what's up? How y'all doing today, man? It's a beautiful day outside.
Chilling, man. How you?
76 degrees, loving it. You know?
That's what's up.
Anyway, first of all, I got to say the Clippers are – thank you, Clippers, for being the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just showed us even if you take the evil old racist dude out of the ownership, it still doesn't make up how pathetic of the organization they are. I mean,
what do you think they did wrong? I think they just showed that it's time to rebuild. So they got rid of their biggest asset, cleared up a shit ton of money. They did all right.
Rebuild with what? You can rebuild with a big.
So you're gonna keep doing nothing? I mean,
doing
whatever
nothing.
They had going on, their playoff runs, that stuff was over.
The problem is the coaching, Dev. Come on, Jeff.
Okay.
The problem is the coaching.
I told y'all Doc Rivers was trash when he was with the Orlando Magic. Don't tell me about coaching. I told you he's been over.
Yeah, you did.
Don't tell me about coaching.
Yo,
you did.
Yo, Rob. Rob. First of all, I want to say we appreciate your apology last episode, so thank you for that. And then the other thing, I want to get knocked out. But if you're looking at $171 million spent on Blake Griffin, and you're still only getting to the 10th through the 8th seed, why keep him around with a bad coach? Him being a star. Not a bad player, a very good player, but not a difference maker. He's not going to take you over the top. So you retool and you try and build up. You got to get rid of the Rivers family, bring something new in. It wasn't a bad move by the Clippers at all. I see it as a move for them to start rebuilding and start their own process. So I'm not sure what you thought.
Embiid he liked the process. But listen, this is the thing. There's no better time to rebuild your team in the NBA, than now. We talked about it all show, how the Warriors got this locked up for the next few years. If you're going to make moves to rebuild, it's time to do it now so you can try to be good when these dynasties start to fall off.
That's true. Cause my whole thing is why pay him all that because all your points are correct. That it's fact. You know, the good teams right now they trade for good teams start their future now. Teams who want to get better in the postseason and beyond trade now. My thing is that why pay him all that money and now trade him? Maybe it was just for like you say, marketability. I guess maybe I don't know. I'm not the GM for the Clippers, so it just didn't make sense to me. But and it just
you ain't never farmed some yams, and then she tries to stick around or cuddling with you there, and you thinking about how you can get it on. Like sometimes you regret things. You got to make it right.
Nah,
I mean things.
That's not.
I don't
know if Rob can relate.
All right, well, Rob, because we got to go. Just because we're gonna be on Sunday. We don't know what time yet. We'll let you know. But before we, just in case you don't catch us on Sunday, what's your prediction for the Super Bowl? Give us the winner, score, and the MVP.
Nick Foles throws 3 picks.
I hope they're right.
Is that what you believe, Beyonce? Is that what you believe?
Nick Foles is going to lose the game.
That's what you going to say.
No, well, if that's what's going to happen, but here's the thing. First of all, if Carson Wentz was in this game,
it would be the same outcome.
Dude, Carson Wentz blew his knee out week 13. What is your pick? Who's going to win? What's the score? And who's your MVP? Carson Wentz is basically right now. He comes to some other time. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. It's what's.
Well, here's the thing. The thing is that
just can't take
the Eagles are going to have probably maybe a terrible first half because if we follow the season, we'll come up a bye week and come a little rusty. They're going to come a little rusty. However, I think these guys, and there's been some illnesses, like, Timmy Jernigan,
Chicken, Darby, Kendricks, they all, the Patriots did something to them. Shout out to Fred.
I do believe that they're going to have to be forced to compete with the formula that, on defense that they had in the past. Basically this is the best team that the Patriots have played in any of the Super Bowls other than one with St. Louis. Other than St. Louis, this is one of the best teams they played. It's just going to be based on which Nick Foles comes up and which offensive line and which Vitae comes up.
Who's going to win, dog?
Rob, who you pick?
What's the score and who's the MVP?
I pick the MVP is probably going to be defensive player.
Okay, cool.
And I'm gonna say my pick for the day of. We all do a Super Bowl show.
On Sunday,
my pick is gonna be the team.
You did all that minutes to say I'm not going to do it today, right?
my pick is going to be the team with the Caucasian quarterback.
All right, we'll holler at you Sunday. Just check us out on social media. We'll let you know what time the show is going to be. Call in and give you.
No, he could not bring himself to pick the Patriots like he wanted to.
Wait, Rob. I want to ask. I want to.
Yo, listen. We just gonna chalk that up. Yo,
Rob, he wants to pick the Patriots.
Fred, that's one for you guys. Fred, that's one for you guys. Fred, he picked the Patriots.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead,
I know.
Roll Tide, gentlemen. Roll down Tide, gentlemen.
Come on, Tobias. Go ahead and make the right pick. Do the right thing.
Here's the thing. Hey, first thing first, let me get these things out the way real quick. The difference between the NFL and NBA, even though you know who might be winning, you're not stuck with bad contracts you don't want, because think about this. They traded Alex Smith for a slot corner and a draft pick. In the NBA, you got to make salaries match, which make it harder to trade or unload somebody. And I think the Clippers did the right thing by trading Blake Griffin. See, Blake Griffin's game is based on athleticism. So, point blank. And he's almost 30. He's always hurt. So you mean to tell me that you're going to bank on a guy for the next 5 years at $170 million bank-based athleticism? And let's not cry for Blake Griffin. He's still getting every penny at $171 million. So I'm not going to cry for him on that one.
I ain't gonna run for him either because actually he gonna get that 171 and he gonna make the playoffs this season. So it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that before you.
And I'll say these two. And I'll say these two quick things real quick. LeBron is not going to Golden State, and the thing is, if he did, it'd be bad for the league. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. Klay Thompson's walking when his contract's up, by the way, and you can be honest about that. Ain't no shame in that. But the Super Bowl. Here's my
he the one need to step up. They're gonna leave the Warriors in trash.
Yeah, and here's the thing about here's the thing about the game. I still think Fred with the Minnesota put Spanish fly in the Eagles players' drinks to get them sick. But
you know Belichick orchestrated that.
Hey,
think about
leave my team alone.
They had Tobias about it. They had one player who was sick 2 days ago from Butler. You don't think they went into that because he was hospitalized? You don't think they went to the hospital and bottled up whatever germs he was giving off, and then took it to the Eagles hotel and did something? No, they did.
Hey, you already know we're gonna call it cell phone, everything.
Flugate. Hey, we're gonna have. Is it Flugate now? That's the excuse.
Fred gonna be on Tom versus Tom next year. Give it Tom down.
But in Fred's cheating ass defense, it could possibly be Minnesota fans because they weren't treated too well in Philadelphia last week. So, Yeah.
You know what though? I'll say this though about the game. I can see both. I'm not gonna be about Rob. I'm pulling for the Eagles in this one. And I tell you, the one way the Eagles got to win this game, not be scared of Tom Brady. Too many teams are scared of Tom Brady, and they get tight.
They should be.
But the thing is, you got to go down swinging.
You guys scared of them 4-yard passes?
Yeah, and see the thing, everybody. Well, man, we can't mess up because Tom Brady gonna score. You got to go hard at him, man. And if he wins, he wins. Don't be like Jacksonville and go Turtles.
But can the defense get some credit at some point? It's not all Tom Brady. It's really.
And that's my thing. And that's always been my thing. That defense never, even with the Falcons, they came back on the Falcons. The defense was the one that made the plays to get them in position, but no one ever gives them credit. And I think
why though? Because people are so
quarterbacks
about the sensational parts of it. Their defense don't rank high in every category, so they kind of overlook. But when have we ever seen the Patriots go into a Super Bowl situation where their defense did ball out? You know what I'm saying? Like they're always the second defense when people start talking Super Bowls, and then they always play the best. So they fly under the radar somehow, but they always play when it counts.
In the defense of that Patriot team last year, they were top 10 in virtually every statistical category in that team's defense.
They just don't have names.
28 hung on them real quick, but they made the plays.
They did. They really did. But after turnover, bad offensive play, that really hurts the defense. You know that as well as I do.
And I know you guys got to run. But I say the thing about the Patriots and Bill Belichick and Nick Saban pretty much the same. They make it not about the star, but they make it about the team, and they get depth at these positions. And that's the thing. We got these teams so reliant on these stars that messes them up if someone goes down. But I'm actually gonna go a hard pick here. I'm going Eagles like 24-21 because I think it's due that someone actually beats this team, and just maybe Bill Belichick's pettiness may actually come out right now because he's still salty about trading Garoppolo. But hey,
I know Giants fans heard you say that and like, damn, what about us?
But it will be a good game though, fellas. And I'm actually I think that the Eagles, it showed, like I always said, team building, where you built those teams from the lines out, and they got a good running game. So I think the Eagles' running game has to be key as well. So they want all the pressure on Nick Foles. But hey, you guys have a good one, man.
All right, man. Be on Sunday. We'll let you know what time.
Yo.
All right. Jim, let's speed through the grind real quick. As a matter of fact, you can skip the last one. Enough time already talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's never enough. Never mind.
Hear about him or what the dude called her?
That's my quarterback. Leave my quarterback alone.
He called his daughter a pissant. A pissant.
Yeah, a little pissant. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah. Shout out to the Pissant gang. Yo, let's talk about Well, first off, Why You Wanna Grind brought to you by DirecTV. Go to directtv.com. Y'all know what DirecTV is. Stop playing with me. Anyway, let's talk about what happened while you were on the grind. Yo, the first story is about the Cleveland Indians and Joe Boo. Cleveland is said they're going to stop using the Chief Wahoo logo.
The coon-looking Indian, coon-looking name.
Yeah. Washington football team. They said what they was going. You know what I mean? They ain't doing nothing, but it's still a little victory. Cleveland decided to stop using Chief Wahoo. Some fans are mad, but what I did peep about this is they're still going to sell the merchandise, which probably gives it more value at this point.
That's what about, but I don't know.
Sell it with the little smiling Indian on it.
That's what I said. I don't know what kind of victory this is. This seemed like a terrible compromise. Basically trying to act like they have a moral compass, but they're allowing Cleveland to keep the trademark so they can sell the merchandise. And they're just taking it off of their uniforms, and even that they're not doing it for the 2019 season. So if you're going to do it, why don't you do it right now? They're going to put another season with this smiling, cooning-looking American.
This is straight Pyrrhic victory. Yeah. Yo, Fred's telling like he back out in the jungles of Medellin right now. But
I think they're going to sell even more merch.
Yo, he's chasing Pablo with the Costanza brothers.
No, Fred out of the Eagles Hotel delivering the blankets. Malcolm Butler blankets.
This is on a more somber note, especially us from the crib, which is the 215 South Philly zone.
And Fred's a Miami Heat fan, so this.
Man, Fred is a LeBron James fan. He ain't no Miami Heat fan.
No. Let me pause.
Goran Dragic to the All-Star game.
I am a Miami Heat fan. He came to us because he needed a championship.
First off, if you decide to try to donate a kidney to help out Alonzo Mourning, you're not a real fan.
Don't be so disrespectful.
Where was you at when Alonzo needed a kidney? You ain't no fan. Yo, anyway.
I was about what? I was a teenager.
That means you had a free healthy kidney.
Teenagers can give a kidney.
Yeah, I'm trying to help Zoe. So if you ain't trying to help Zoe, we ain't trying to hear that, beloved. Listen, man.
No liquor in your kidneys yet? I don't know.
No, but LaSalle zone, Philly zone, South Philly, the South Philly legend, Sully Bob, Rasul Butler, and his wife, they died in a car crash. Rest in power to them. Major loss for the city because this dude was a Philadelphia legend. Like, people know him as an NBA player, but in the city, he's a legend. Like, he's born and bred. He stayed here for college and, made it to the league. Like, so in this city, this is a huge
13-year career.
My man, legend, wait for it, Airy here in Philadelphia. So, rest in power to him and his wife. That was a sad thing. The hair.
Crazy.
Wow, man. I don't know what else to say, man. But that being said, man, I don't even want to talk about nothing else happening while you on the grind, man, because that's tough for the city. So let's just move on and do some birthday shout-outs so we can move the show along. Rest in power.
I'll grab that real quick. You or your business, birthdays, of course, are brought to you by Digital Extreme Technology. Do you or your business need a custom website so you can get off them templates? Or for dynamic, professional, most of all, affordable custom web solutions, you need Digital Extreme Technologies. No need to break the bank for an effective online presence. High quality, results-driven websites at incredibly affordable prices. And yes, financing options are available. So visit digitalextremetech.com or call 267-205-4203. And for those discounted rates, be sure to tell them that the fellas from War Room Sports sent you.
My birthday, yay!
All right, quick birthday shout out so we can get this Super Bowl 52 talk. Ronda Rousey, former best woman on the planet, turns 31. Shout out to her. Kevin Martin, Lonzo Ball before Lonzo Ball turns 35. Shout out to him. Walter McCarthy turns 44. Boston Celtics and Kentucky name. Andrew DeClercq. Y'all remember Andrew DeClercq? He wasn't good, but do y'all remember him? Big white. He turns 45.
He was trash.
Mark Recchi. NHL turns 50. Wade Wilson everybody's favorite backup quarterback, turns 59 years old. And another wrestling power shout out to the god Malik Sealy, who was born February 1st, 1970, and passed on. Was Malik Sealy in a car accident too?
Yeah, he was.
Range Rover. He was in the
4.20,000. I remember when he died, Kevin Garnett was hurt.
Oh my God,
dude.
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett will tell you his greatest teammate of all time was Sam Mitchell. You know, ended up becoming an NBA coach just because of how he took him under his wing and taught him everything about the game and how to be a professional. But Malik Sealy, right after that, was his man. Kevin Garnett was real broken.
Yo, it's funny because when you said Malik Sealy, I thought about Kevin Garnett, Pauls, because that's what I remember.
But you say Malik Sealy name around Kevin Garnett, he gonna cry.
He might swing on you.
Maybe
if he can reach you with some tight jeans if you wearing.
Yo, what is wrong with that don't make sense to me because Kevin Garnett be trying to be the dude who don't like what's going on in the young generation, but then he's trying to wear jeans that look like somebody sat down and Mona put them Jones on it. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, man, birthday shout outs to all the good folks out there. Let's get into this Super Bowl 52 talk.
Hey Dev, I had a question for you real quick.
Okay.
Just a random thought. Do you think that LeBron's team put the whole story out there about the Golden State just to see what the response is going to be? Like, check the temperature?
Probably. I wouldn't be
surprised. This is LeBron, Mr. Cryptic Messenger.
Like, his team does, there's always a rhyme or reason to stuff that they get out there. So that's a great question because I believe that there's something to, that you cooking up over there.
Yeah, all right.
I'm still thinking, like, what the benefit would be, but I know that it's something. And I know I do give him and his team enough credit, to run with that and believe that there's some ulterior motives and something business related that would benefit him and feelers out like that. But let's talk a little bit of foosball, or AKA the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick invitation. Because Fred, boy, I know he's earned it, but if I see some more people in the media this week get to their knees and give Tom Brady, anyway, it's like, when you make it to the Super Bowl, Patriots these days, do not expect to see much of your team or hear much about your team on the radio. Tom Brady has become to the NFL. He's as big as they come in the NFL. You can't exactly get the NBA icon level in the NFL, but yeah, this is all about Brady.
I'm only hopeful that with the amount of people prostrating themselves on their knees in front of Tom, that they suck the life out of him and he's not able to perform.
I mean, listen. The thing about a Tom Brady is, like, Tom Brady is the biggest star by far in the NFL. He's the only player that, like, my aunts and mother will, now that Peyton is gone, he's like the only person that they would know outside of one of the local players just from being in the community or what have you. So outside of that, he's the only player they know. They don't know.
He's about the only player that has a longevity in the league. I mean,
right. And I'm not even saying that as an Eagles fan. Like, sometimes I look like, how must his team feel? Because when he gets here, media act like he got here by himself. So let's talk about the TB Invitational. Now, of course, our NFL Bowl 52 talk is brought to you by Audible. Your schedule's too hectic to read as much as you want. Try audio, kick back, and let someone else do the reading for you. All you got to do is visit Audible, sign up for a free trial at audibletrial.com, and time you can be listening to the latest bestsellers, hands-free, stress-free, getting other things done at the same time. I mean, you can do it outside, like Fred is the parent doing. You can do Audible anyway.
I really don't know what you guys are hearing, man. I really don't.
Yo, Fred, are you
Fred,
Fred sounds like he just got thrown out of a plane.
Fred being sneaky, man. He's doing this while he walking He outside trying to get his hotel so he can deliver.
Yo, Fred
more
sound like
stuff.
DB Cooper. You sound like you just got thrown out of a plane. Like, did you hit your parachute?
I really don't know
All
what
right.
you're hearing, man. I really don't.
Real quick. Yo, we never going to get to the Super Bowl because I had to ask y'all about one more thing. Quick thoughts on the Alex Smith to Washington trade. Quick thoughts.
Lateral move. You got a better version of Kirk Cousins. I mean,
I
Alex
don't
Smith
know
is
if you count it as better right now, especially coming out of that. Andy Reid has fleeced this team before with a 34-year-old quarterback. But I agree.
This
it's
is
a lateral
that.
move. They
I was
also
on,
save money on the move, so it's a lateral money saving move. So
here's what I will say.
But it's not really I mean, but they were going to cut him anyway.
Fred, real quick, I just want to say something because I saw this on Twitter. Like,
That's true. That's true.
I saw Mort.
They were
Mort
gonna
said
learn.
that. Mort said that amongst NFL GMs, coaches, and players, Alex Smith is considered head and shoulders above Kirk Cousins, in that his reputation within the league is greater than, like, you know, what fans think and what a lot of people think. Like, he's considered like a solid all-around player and guy, and coaches love him because he's not going to lose you the game. He may not win you the game, but he ain't going to lose you the game. So his reputation in the league is stellar, and most people consider this like a major upgrade. Like, you know, and I know that I could probably tell what all you guys think just based on social media. I see a lot of people like, you know, this is what Fred just said. It's a lateral move.
Yeah, I think it's a lateral
within the league and GMs, they look at it like, you know, this is a major upgrade for the Redskins.
It's coming from me, who thought Alex Smith was the MVP front runner through the first half of the season. But, you know, I thought that because I had actually never seen Alex Smith play that way before. It depends on how many good years he has left and if he can gel in this new system. Like, a lot of quarterbacks look a little better under Andy Reid than, you know, how they look when they actually leave Andy Reid.
Nick Foles?
Yo,
they're saving a lot of money.
Washington has no talent compared to
Fred
Kansas
makes
City.
a good point, though.
No talent.
They were going to cut him because it's the Patrick Mahomes era time. But the only thing I'd rebut that with, Fred, that's no guarantee that Washington would have paid. So there is
no guarantee.
Trade for him and then pay him, so they, you know, to go there if it's their choice.
Now, on the flip side of that, I actually think the Chiefs might have got a better deal on it because simply you do cut that $17 million and you get one of the better up-and-coming corners. So you get a young corner and you get a third-round pick, which you could probably flip into multiple picks. So you could probably trade up at some point. But,
See,
I mean,
this is what Washington does, though. They get excited about the wrong players. Remember, they thought Rashad Breeland was going to be this and that.
Yeah,
they're trying
I
to
was
get their
wrong.
exit strategy on with
I'm
him
not
now.
even going to sit here and I thought he was going to be a lot better.
For all the analytics nerds, actually graded out as their very best defensive player this season. They got rid of him, but that was the price. The Chiefs only wanted Fuller. The Chiefs was like, Fuller or no deal. So, you know, they got what they wanted. Washington got what they wanted, you know, and they're going to save money on what they would have had to pay Kirk Cousins after franchising him 2 years in a row. I think
Fred, push your parachute, Fred.
Kirk Cousins, I think he should go to Cleveland, really. Because if Kirk Cousins can go to Cleveland, and Cleveland doesn't have to watch one of those high picks on a quarterback, they could actually come up with a Kirk Cousins, Saquon Barkley, and somebody else in the draft, and at least talent-wise, be very improved very quickly.
Yo,
I'm good with that, but you know, the thing is, for me, on that side, Kirk Cousins has. I mean, why do you want the expectations? He doesn't seem like he wants the expectations.
Well, first off, all I can say is I haven't watched one down football this season, but I ain't going to Cleveland. Just based on life, like I'm not going to Cleveland.
You're not going to Siberia.
I don't care.
You're not going to Siberia for quarterback.
I don't care if they have every pick in the top 10.
You ain't the only one. You ain't watched football, but you still ain't the only one that feels that way in 2018.
If they had literally every pick in the top 10, I'm still not going there.
Yo, Cleveland.
Siberia is a bad place. It's
they
really
got
a bad
money.
place. They got money. They got picks.
All money.
They
All
got
money
to
ain't good
make
money.
these picks, and all of that
listen,
means nothing.
If he
All
goes
money
to
ain't good money.
Cleveland and plays well, then he would have shown up Robert Griffin III twice. That'd be messed up.
All money ain't good money.
He would have shown up Black Jesus twice. All right,
Hey,
man.
you might want to be nice to Robert Griffin. You know how your fans feel about that. You know,
Pop,
attacking
rocks,
black
and
quarterbacks.
Tootsie Pop. Pop, rocks, and Tootsie Pop.
Cornball brothers. Free Rob Parker. All right, man. Tom Brady Invitational. We are getting closer to game time. Things are shifting. Just like, man, this is real reminiscent of Super Bowl 39. These two teams finish their conferences off, and they go in being like a David and Goliath, Rocky and Drago type story where nobody thought the Eagles had a chance. As the 2 weeks go on and we get to overanalyze everything and people are thinking, there's some people out there giving the Eagles a shot. I heard an interesting take. I think I agree with. Most people think it's going to be a pretty good game. People think if it is a blowout, it would be a blowout of the Patriots at the hands of the Eagles. Like, they figure if there's a blowout, the Eagles have the potential to do that, but the Patriots don't really have the potential to blow the Eagles out. I mean, for me, I think anybody has the potential to blow anybody out on any given Sunday, but I see where people are going with that. Because, first of all, the Patriots' history. Like, they've won 5 Super Bowls.
5 Super Bowls
by an
by
average
a total of
margin
19 points.
7 points per game. So they basically just outplay you, make you look bad in the game's biggest moments, and they take games close. Like, for me,
So
margin of
basically,
victory means nothing.
They really ain't
You
that
win,
good.
you win.
It's like a chick that'll get you off, but she really ain't like that.
Coaching, man. Coaching. She's coached well.
Yo,
She's
only thing I
coached
gotta
well.
say about this entire thing is like Meek Mill's intro song. He'll never be able to outdo that. And that video that the Eagles used with that song is absolute fire. So free Meek. But yeah, that's all I got.
Everybody else.
Yo,
That's because I'm just not really a Meek Mill fan.
like,
But lyrics don't really go with football.
yo,
it
it has nothing to do with football. It don't.
I'm listening to the lyrics like
I'm a reserve.
That song's like one of them songs that beat pop like you could put that behind a funeral and it's hard.
Yeah, like it's no motivation.
I'm a reserve.
Like they use it as a hype.
I'm a reserve my pick for
No, we're not
Fred,
gonna pick
you gotta get it. Fred, you gotta get away from
push your parachute. Push your
That's
parachute.
not me. That's not me, man. That's
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I just muted him. That's you.
You don't.
That's you, Fred. I just muted
He's
him.
running from Fred is running from Los Peppers.
Guys, I don't know what you're hearing. I really don't.
He's doing it.
Oh, now Jimmy, he didn't throw it to you.
Yeah, Jimmy sounds like he's stuck in the Matrix.
Yeah, Jimmy, you underwater now.
All right, now I'm gonna let your hand go.
Wow.
All right, so Fred, what are your thoughts? Like, do you give, as an analyst, not as a fan, do you give Philly a chance?
I do. I really
why?
do, because
Like, what about them gives them a chance?
the defensive line.
Reverse
Fletcher Cox is if not probably if it wasn't for a guy named Aaron Donald, he might just be the best defensive lineman in football. And that's what really is going to, between him, Timmy Jernigan, Vinny Curry, those guys on the defensive line, they're going to have to put pressure on Tom Brady. And if we saw last year, Brady got a lot of pressure on him, and from Grady Jarrett and company, Vic Beasley with the Atlanta Falcons. And if that same formula can be done, time and time again, it's been proven. Pressure Brady, hit Brady early and often, you can beat this team. Their secondary is not terrible. Their linebackers aren't terrible. The real question
the secondary
will be,
is terrible sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty good.
But they're
So
not
it depends
god
on
awful.
which.
They're not
It
god
depends
awful.
on which secondary shows up. They're terrible.
I ain't even gonna say
Like, y'all
no,
can hit- they can hit
I'm
them
not gonna say the secondary.
with the double move.
The secondary
It
is terrible. The cornerbacks are terrible at times.
Yeah, I mean, but they're pretty good sometimes too. So it's like
They can be
Jekyll and Hyde.
opportunistic a little bit. for me, I want to see how the Patriots respond to getting hit in the mouth, because you can't consistently get hit in the mouth. And I'm not talking offensively. I'm talking defensively. If the Patriots can take a punch from a Nick Foles, who may start off pretty hot. Nick Foles started off pretty hot against the Vikings, and that defense was a lot better than what the Patriots have. The Patriots are a patchwork defense, but they're fundamentally sound week in and week out, and that's the difference between a very talented, big-name defense. Well-coached defense. So now, I want to see how that Patriots defense takes a punch. Maybe that can be the difference.
Now, what you said earlier is the truth. Like, a lot of people think it's cliche. Like, Fletcher Cox has to, do his thing in order to be successful. But it's 100% true, because the book on Brady and any quarterback of his ilk, the guys that are going to stand in the pocket and deal, you have to push the pocket. You have to push the middle, so there is no pocket. With Brady, he can slide to the left, slide to the right, but this is the kind of defense. If Fletcher is pushing the pocket, then you got some pretty edge rushers, that can get there if you're pushing Brady a little bit to the outside. He's not going to run, so there's no threat of.
I also think Chris Long might be a little bit of a help, kind of like how James Harrison might have been a little bit of a help against the Steelers had that matchup happen, trading secrets. Yeah. Chris Long knows a little bit about how this Patriots offense works, seeing as he's been there. He was in New England for a year.
And Garrett Blunt.
And LeGarrette Blunt, especially, because those guys know how the offensive line works. Because Chris Long, he has to go up against guys like Marcus Cannon, Nate Solder, Shaq Mason. He has to go up against those guys. LeGarrette Blunt, he knows how that offensive line works, so he can give those tips to those guys and their weaknesses and strengths.
I appreciate that perspective, but when I compare the two teams, Bill Belichick, from a tactical and strategy perspective, is not the same as Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is a great coach. He is, but Bill Belichick is not. Bill Belichick is not going to allow that to happen. I think he's probably already factored that into the equation, given the amount of time. And there's going to be some wrinkles in there that Chris isn't familiar with, and LeGarrette Blunt isn't familiar with. So I don't know how that really pans out as an advantage. You have to take that into account. He knows that you got some guys over there who are familiar. So yeah, he's the greatest adjustment coach that we've ever seen. So I agree with B.
My last point is, and it's really a kind of a two-part thing. Bill Belichick, and I never see this happen. I've never seen him smile this much. And usually when he smiles, I got a feeling he knows something that we don't really know. And it may be something he just sees on film, because those guys in New England, if you're not on that TV, on that film, watching film, just clicking away, and you're not finding those weaknesses, knowing movements, if this guy steps this way, this guy's technique is this way. If you're not finding the smallest, minute things about the opposition's game, you're in trouble, because that's what Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and the rest of that staff do. They know every little piece of your weakness, and I think he doesn't smile, plain and simple. Him and Nick Saban are the two guys, and as far as coaches are concerned, they don't smile. They don't get real chummy with the media. Bill Belichick was smiling a lot at media nights. That's not something normal. Maybe it might just be a hunch.
So could that bode bad for you guys? Does he know that he's going to throw the game because Robert Kraft made him trade Jimmy?
No.
Is that why they was?
No. That doesn't help Robert Kraft at all. That doesn't help him at all. But you catching his L on Sunday, that would help.
Real quick, before you respond to that, B, off topic, I was reading the War Room Sports Game Time group, and the homie Survive was saying that Malik Sealy was going to a KG party that night when he died. So that might be why it's even more terrible for KG. You probably feel a little bit of guilt, even though that type of situation isn't your fault, but somebody died on the way to your joint. Yeah, I get that. All right, but back to the game, and Fred telling you we're gonna take that L on Sunday. Man, this is my fear. As the game approaches, I get a little bit more nervous as a fan because, I bank on. Well, I'm not banking on it. That's the point. Like, if Nick Foles and the offense could come out and somehow duplicate the effort against the Minnesota Vikings, I truly think that there's no team, mix that with the defense. I don't think there'd be any team in the NFL that could beat them on a day like, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago.
Does lightning strike twice in the same spot?
Patriots included. But that's the question. Well, it's not the same spot. It could have been the same spot if Minnesota was the number one seed, because we would have had to do it there and then do it there again. But I get what you're saying. But that's my fear, though. My fear is not that, he'll come out and play terrible, per se, but, as starved as we are for a championship, like, look, I need that same effort. I need to go in here and make this into a non-stressful night for me. This is not the regular Super Bowl for me. I can't sit here, have fun, and watch commercials, and I might not even be able to eat because it's going to be real stressful.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be a real stressful situation.
But I just think if somehow they can come out and be loose and just calm, cool, Nick, and the offense is the running game is going like it was, and the receivers are getting open like they were, it could be a real good day. But it's like, how difficult is that going to be, against a team that's as well coached as a Bill Belichick team? And we always talk about Bill, another cliche that's become legend. Bill Belichick team will take away your best thing. But can any of you guys answer, like, what's the Eagles' best thing? That might be something that's in their favor because they're versatile enough to
over
have.
The middle. Zach Ertz.
So would you let the running game get loose just to take away Zach Ertz? I mean, I know you're not trying to let anything go, but you take away Zach Ertz, I think there's more to this team.
And that's where the difference in this team versus. Go ahead, be awesome.
We're in a good position because while you would say Zach Ertz is probably our best option in the passing game, our most explosive option, I would say the strength of this team is literally the ability to run the rock. And so I'm hopeful that we can get up.
Running the rock.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that we can get up. I'm hopeful that we can get a lead because I want to see us be able to run the ball and run the ball consistently downhill. And I'd like to see Brady have to throw to come back. Now, as great as he is, and he is great, it sort of plays into our strength to allow our defensive line to kind of tee off and go after and get him. It's can our secondary hold up?
Because
and
the
more,
ball's out of his hands within about 2 seconds.
The ball is out quickly, so that doesn't really speak necessarily to the corners, but that speaks to can the linebackers hold up in coverage. And I'm concerned. I'm concerned because while Kendricks is a hell of an athlete, he's subject to make mental mistakes in coverage. And so I'm concerned about Dion Lewis versus the linebackers.
See, Dion Lewis isn't the one I'm worried about for when it comes to that passing game. It's more Rex Burkhead and James White. You have 3 backs really that can do 3 different things. And
all right, Fred, save it. We gotta save it. We gotta save this for Sunday, man.
Fred, you with us on Sunday morning?
Oh, of course. All
right. Well, that's going to be an hour of game and nothing else, just game analysis and picks. So get ready. Save all your analysis.
I'll gladly
save all that, Fred.
for an hour. That'd be great.
Fred, you got to hold it down because I probably have nothing to contribute, so you got to hold it down for me, Fred. So thank you.
I'll gladly slander Philly, and of course, Jimmy, I'll slander your team too, but you're not
hurting, man. I don't have no team.
Oh yeah, you retire from the NFL.
My team is Kaepernick, dog. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
You retired from the
War Room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Facebook, Twitter. Anybody who chimed in, we appreciate it. Special thanks to Fred Perdue for joining us to talk about all kinds of sports. Tune in Sunday for our Super Bowl pregame show. Fred will be there as well. He just said that, so Fred, you better show up. Times will be announced via social media on Friday and Saturday. Tune in next week live right here on The Demand on the WRS Podcast Network as we recap the Super Bowl. And, of course, we'll catch you up on anything that happens in the association. And if LeBron has joined the 87 Lakers by then, we'll let you know. So until then, enjoy everything we do. Everything we do can be found at warroomsports.com, including my book, Sports the Book. It can be found at warroomsports.com. So until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we shall see you chumps on top.
Jimmy, know the blueprint. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. It's knocked out. 323-140012. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, PJ, Jack Bay, B. Austin. I'm Jack. Up and coming on the team.
Go Birds!
War Room Sports. www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.